Welcome to Match My Email. My name is Paul and I give the live demos here. If you'd like one, send an email to info@matchmyemail.com. The whole purpose of Match My Email is to automate the syncing and logging of emails from your inbox and your sent items into the various records in Salesforce, whether they're leads, contacts, accounts, or opportunities, cases. And the way that Match My Email does this automatic syncing and logging is that it looks inside an individual record in Salesforce for an email address field, like Jane McHenry here, who is a lead. And then every time it finds that email address field in an email, it puts that email into a visual force component that we've named email messages that you see here. The emails are shown in chronological order, and if you hover over the subject line, you can basically see the underlying body of the email. In addition, you can see what date and time it was sent. The attachments are clearly visible. Attachments can be opened by clicking on the attachment link, and then if it's, in this case, a Word document, opening the attachment from directly inside of Salesforce.com. You can see the original file format of the document that was sent to the customer. And in the last column of the email messages visual force component, we have something called type matches. Type matches kind of shows the social context of this email, so you can see very clearly which other records in Salesforce the email relates to. We built this visual force component so that the emails could be presented in a clean and modern fashion, more in sync with what we're all expecting when we get Salesforce based on our experience with Gmail and with Outlook. When a lead is converted into a contact, Match My Email follows the conversion and it drags the emails into the contact. And contact matching works very similar to that in lead matching. Contacts have email address fields that can be downloaded to the Match My Email cloud and compared to the email addresses in the header of the emails that are in the inbox and sent items folder of the user. And we look at two from CC and blind CC. Okay. In addition, in a contact, Match My Email leverages a component of Salesforce called secondary email addresses so that aliases or alternative email addresses related to the identity, in this case, Dan Stablemaster, can be consolidated inside the email messages view. As you may have noticed in the contact, these emails are a little bit more complicated. They have three different contacts in them, Dan, John, and Sarah. They roll up, in this case, into an account, and in the email below it, they roll up into a case and into an opportunity. Match My Email is what is called a multi-matcher, in that it's going to match the email to all the relevant records that it finds in Salesforce with a matching email address, field, or association. Now, this is not to mean that the email will be brought into Salesforce, in this case 7 times. That would be an inefficient use of what they call data storage in Salesforce. So instead, Match My Email brings the email in once and gives it a number, keeps track of the header, the from, the to, the CC, and the blind CCs, the date and the body, and also associates the attachments with this single data element. And from this single data element, the system links the emails to the various records using a technology called related object links. So in this particular case, links have been put into 3 contacts because these 3 email addresses were found in the header. They roll up into a case, an account, and an opportunity, and the system keeps track of which user imported the email. Emails are also fully searchable with Match My Email, so you can pick any key term from an email and put it into global search, and the system will return all the emails in all the Salesforce records that have that matching word. So we found the word foreman just now. Now, moving up to the account level, accounts are a little different than contacts. They don't have their own email address fields in the account details section, but they do inherit email identities from the contacts embedded in the account. So when you open up an account with Match My Email, the email messages visual force component is going to show all the emails related to Sarah, John, and Dan because they're contacts in the account, whether they're in to, from, CC, blind CC, whether it's imported from the sent items or the inbox, and they're going to present those emails as before in chronological order. The trick at the account level is deduplication. Our system will deduplicate the emails so that you won't get 3 copies, even though it matched to 3 contacts that are part of the account. And it will also deduplicate if the email has been imported by 2 different users of the sales team. Those related object links I talked about before are also useful. They can be used to manipulate emails inside Salesforce. So, for example, if for any reason the user wanted to match this email to some other record, they would click the match button, pick the type of record they wanted to match to, follow the Salesforce convention of a couple of character lookup, in this case David Smith will pick, and the system will then add a related object link into this email pointing at the David Smith contact. Following the convention of Salesforce that if something is blue and underlined, it's a link, you'll notice that all the social context links in the type matches column are links to those records and make navigation in Salesforce even easier. So I can click on David Smith. Salesforce will open up the contact file for him, and there I see the email that I've associated with this record a couple of minutes ago. In addition, I could unmatch or decouple that link from the David Smith account by just clicking on OK. And if you want to eliminate the email entirely from Salesforce, you can basically click and delete the email. This will delete all of these references here and the entire email from the system by hitting the confirm button, something I'm not going to do because I need this email for the next demo. We also have built features whereby you can search the emails by date ranges. This makes it easy to find emails if you're somewhat aware of when they were sent, but you're not exactly certain. In addition, there is a feature called Show Full List, which shows a scroll of the emails so you can very quickly go through them and find what information you're looking for at a glance. All right, so now turning to opportunities. Opportunities and cases are a little different than leads, contacts, and accounts. Leads, contacts, and accounts are very much identity-based records in Salesforce. They have very close correlations to the identities in them and the email addresses, which are the tags for those identities. But when you get to opportunities and cases, Salesforce kind of shifts from identities into projects. Looking inside an opportunity, Match My Email can match to an opportunity in 2 ways. The first way is to follow the contact roles embedded in the opportunity and match to the email address field, which would be the regular way of doing it. But sometimes that doesn't work because there may be multiple opportunities open for the same person, and then matching to all of them at once would put the email into opportunities where it doesn't belong. To solve that problem, Match My Email has developed a custom tag system. These custom tags are automatically generated using custom field formulas, and they always start with the word MME. And if the system sees this custom tag in the body of the email, and the way you might get it into the body of the email would be to launch an email client by clicking on the email address within the particular record, and I had closed my Outlook so I wouldn't be interrupted during this, and that's why it's taking a second to open. And then you could cut and paste the email tag maybe under the signature. So on the outbound, Match My Email is going to see that MME Superstorm Sandy repair tag, and on the inbound, if the recipient replies to it directly and the tag is in the thread, we'll be able to precision match it back to the opportunity on the inbound. Another strategy for fixing those custom tags is to use templates. If you launch an email from within the opportunity, you could develop a template that would automatically insert the tag into the body of the email along with the other text and fields that the template might include. Finally, turning to cases. Cases, again, are more similar to opportunities than they are to other record types. In the case of cases, Match My Email can either match to the case numbers or it could match to the contact email address field. So that's kind of how the emails appear inside Salesforce. In the next demo, I'm going to talk about the Match My Email tab, which is the window into our cloud. The Match My Email tab is used to set up the system and get the integration between the email cloud and the Salesforce cloud working. Plus, there are some features like creating new records in Salesforce related to the Match My Email web tab. But I think we've done enough in this demo. Save it for later. Again, if you'd like a live demo, please don't hesitate to contact me, Paul, at info@matchmyemail.com. I want to thank you for the time and attention, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.